So, today we're going to be talking about the Aries Man. Now, this is the first sign of the zodiac. However, this is our final edition because we started with Pisces. So, being the first, it has to be acknowledged that Aries are the baby of the zodiac. They like to be pampered, they're the very first. So, they have this me first mentality. They throw tantrums when they're upset, just like a child would. They also have an entitled attitude. They feel that no matter their situation, even if they're unemployed or anything, the people around them, their family, their friends, they are their responsibility. They're supposed to take care of them. They feel that other people are supposed to stop whatever it is that they're doing and come to their aid. They're just very entitled. They can also be rather vulgar and rude. Sometimes they just lack proper social decorum. They have no manners from the way that they eat out in public. Of course, like if you want to feel comfortable, but there's a certain way that you present yourself when you're outside. So Aries men can ignore those social cues. They can be complete slobs. They can just do things that are not considered polite, like to others. Walking to a certain place with flip flops, like just little things like that that just shows you don't care. You don't care about the world. That's very Aryan. Like I said, they think the world revolves around them, so they won't care about what the dress code was. They don't care enough to even follow the rules. That's very Aryan. And of course, this isn't all Aries men. These are just traits of the shadow sided. There's certain people who fall on the side of like the shadow sided sign. They can also be rather lazy, too lazy to even take care of themselves. So burgers, fries, just think everything easy that doesn't require effort. Eating healthy, you might actually have to go and buy the right groceries. You might actually have to cook it and all those stuff. But fast food, you just order it. They can be rather lazy, but they have high expectations of others. That's the funniest thing. Shadow-sided Aries men are all about criticizing others, but they could be falling short of every single thing that they're expecting of others. They can also kind of be bullies, kind of like the Aquarian man. However, the difference is that Aries does it without meaning to be hurtful. That's just how they are. The best word to use is unrefined, and they don't even care. Their opposite sign is Libra, which is ruled by Venus. So Libra is all about class and proper social decorum, all of those things. Aries doesn't know about that. Aries is very, you know, crass, I guess. Another defining feature of shadow-sided Aries men is their insensitivity towards others. Like I said, they have a me first mentality. It's always about them. They have the inability to show any kind of sympathy or make themselves uncomfortable for the next person. They literally cannot do that. Shadow sided Aries men can be very aggressive, they can be bullies, they can just basically walk around trampling on the emotions of others. And sometimes this is subconscious because they live in their own heads. They're all about themselves. They're the very first sign. So a lot of the time I think they don't even mean to do that. That's just how they are. But Aries on the shadow side in particular, it won't even cross their minds how other people feel about the decisions that they're making. They're the types to quit their job at a whim and just do any and everything that it takes for them to be happy, and not realizing or not taking into consideration how that would make other people feel. This is why a lot of them have the reputation of being like the rebel in the family, or the one who lives the unconventional lifestyle. They might end up marrying the unconventional kind of person. They like to shun social norms. That can be a positive thing, but in this case, let's just say it's a shadow-sided trait, because if you're doing something not because you don't think it's right, but simply because it's not what's expected, being drawn to the taboo, I think that's a shadow-sided trait, definitely. They're the types to make decisions at a whim, very impulsive. They might be quick to react or say something to offend someone without even thinking about it, or without even considering the context that person is speaking of. They might have burnt a lot of bridges in their past because of that. And because Aries are like an ego-driven sign, they're the very first. So it's hard to get them to apologize or acknowledge that they're wrong, even in the face of like proof. They won't care. They'll just like, oh, let's bury it. They're not gonna humble themselves and apologize. They are not a humble sign at all. They have an inability to analyze themselves and their behavior. Like, they're completely just blind to it. They can't look at themselves in the mirror and say, oh, I'm an imperfect being too. They're always right, everybody else is always wrong. It's very challenging for them to work with a group, honestly. Aries like to work by themselves. They don't know how to collaborate. They don't know how to negotiate. A lot of Aries have that problem, but shadow-sided ones, they make it exceedingly difficult to work with them. So they might have like a weird employment situation, or have been fired a lot, because people genuinely find it difficult to work with them. So I think that pretty much sums it up. If there are other traits that I missed, please add that in the comment section. And again, guys, this is all for fun. This is pure entertainment. I'm sure we've all displayed all of these different traits at one time or another, but these are just the ones that I've noticed.